Mauricio Pochettino thought he had figured it out, but Chelsea seemingly was looking for a new coach constantly, and it was enough. The partnership was broken up between the two, and now Chelsea is looking for a new coach, and they have found him already. And bald man, another one added into the Premier League alongside Arne Slot. Guardiola will be happy he's finding new friends, but we are looking at Chelsea, who finished in the 6th position last season with 63 points, 5 wins in their last games. It was all going well, but then it all got disrupted, and ENZO Maresca was picked up as the new coach. He was the coach of Leicester, got them promotion in a very good way, and now is leaving that club to join Chelsea and see what he can do with this club. And that is exactly what this rebuild is going to be about. Nearly bottled the intro there.
You are one pathetic loser.
There he is, the bald man, picking up the shirt and lifting it up. And the big question now is, how will I attack this rebuild? Well, the way I will go about it is I will look at the tactics that Enzo Maresca implemented at Leicester City, with him wanting to go ahead and basically, first of all, start off from the back with a goalkeeper that actually can play the passes. A player that can actually move into positions like where Silva is right here and turn the back three into a back four and become a goalkeeper that just gets involved in basically everything in the build-up. And that is going to be so important for Chelsea. So the question becomes, is it going to be Petrovic? Is it going to be Sanchez? Or is it going to be a completely new goalkeeper? And there are rumors surrounding multiple goalkeepers, specifically ball-playing ones, that Chelsea might be interested in, which means that probably Petrovic stays as a backup, and then I would assume Sanchez gets sold. But let's move forward from that. In the back line, the way Maresca plays is he loves to freaking invert his fullbacks. He loves bringing in the left back into that midfield position. He loves to do the same with the right back, but specifically the left back with Cucurella. It's an interesting one. Initially, I thought Cucurella's career at Chelsea was pretty much done, but towards the last part of the season, he has really convinced a lot of Chelsea fans that he should be the starting left back for Chelsea. And in this inverted role, he could actually be the man for it. He has also been starting the games for Spain in the Euros. He is being chosen over Grimaldo, which blows my personal mind. But hey, if it's working, it's working. So Cucurella might actually have a future at Chelsea again. And then going into the right back position, obviously you have Reece James, who could be playing in that spot. I would fully assume if he is fit, he's going to be playing that position. And then the way the midfield sets up is different as well. He loves to have these wingers stay out wide. So he really likes to keep these guys all the way on the side to make the pitch as wide as possible. And then have the midfielders basically more like a, I would say like a 4-3-3 like this, right? Oh, I can't move him here. Can I not move him? Oh, well, let's just move this guy in here. So that way we can maybe move him into center midfield. There we go. So basically this type of thing is what Maresca likes to do. He likes to have a 6 that actually is a ball-playing 6. And in that case, I personally assume Enzo Fernandez is the perfect solution for that position. I mean, I know Caicedo is solid. He's a good player, but Enzo might be the ball-playing Çalhanoğlu type 6 that Enzo is looking for. And of course, they share a name, so surely he's going to be playing Enzo Fernandez, right? And by the way, if you notice, yes, Chelsea colors right there. I'm the best. But in that midfield, Conor Gallagher is someone that Chelsea has been rumored to sell on for quite a while now. The Chelsea fans are in uproar hearing that. They do not want to see him go. They ideally would like to get the best out of a player like Palmer as well. So that's going to be quite interesting. We'll see how he figures out the implementation of Palmer into the starting 11 as well. The wingers, as I said, are going to be staying wide, and the striking position, that's another story. Now, you do have Nicholas Jackson, but you do also have Nkunku, and I wonder how he's going to utilize that position. Is he going to go with a traditional 9, or is he going to go ahead and use like a false 9 type of thing with Nkunku in that position, where he can make runs in behind, but also interconnect the passing play with these players? I believe the number 9 situation is going to be the most interesting one. I wonder how he's going to have a solution for that, but Nicholas Jackson could surely play in that position, especially in terms of like getting in behind and that pace and that power. he could be the guy, but Chelsea fans would probably love to see a big name signing for that position. Olise was also massively rumored to join Chelsea. Now he's apparently going to Bayern Munich. So in terms of rumored players joining Chelsea, it's a bit of a mess as well. So let's get into this rebuild and see how we figure out these things. If I got anything wrong in the intro about the tactics of Enzo Maresca, please be kind enough to let me know in the comments down below. I would love to hear about your guys' constructive feedback on that. So let's start with the players that are going to come back from loan or have been sold. Basically, Lukaku, apparently right now, the rumor is that he's going to be joining AC Milan. The guy is just running through every single Italian team, it looks like. Lukaku, yep. Onto the transfer list. I just don't see him being the main man at Chelsea at any point, really. Thiago Silva obviously has left Chelsea. Lukaku is going to leave this team. We're going to keep the likes of Cucurella. We're going to go ahead and recall the likes of Kepa now. Kepa, again, he is going to be sold, in my opinion. I don't necessarily see him being the goalkeeper, but if he is coming back, maybe he wants to fight for the position. That could be interesting. But I personally don't really see Kepa as an insane ball-playing goalkeeper. So by selling him, we can actually bring in a decent budget into the squad to go ahead and basically, buy a new goalkeeper. Ziyech as well, selling, definitely. Moving on from that, we're going to be looking at the likes of Sanchez and such later on, but Gallagher, I'm not selling, and I'll show you in a second why I'm doing that. We have the likes of Chalobah, who has been linked to multiple clubs previously. Then we have Maatsen, who has basically been sold to Aston Villa already. Such a shame that he isn't sticking around at Dortmund. I personally believe he has made a mistake in going to Aston Villa. I feel like he was doing so well at Dortmund, but maybe it was not down to him, but just down to the fact that Dortmund could not afford buying him at this stage. Then obviously Broja is another one that we will be selling. Then we have the likes of Santos coming back from loan, Datro Fofana as well, Hugo Chukwu and all these lads. It's going to be interesting to see what Chelsea do with all these youngsters and these talents. And then, of course, Lewis Hall. He will be sold as well because he has actually been sold to Newcastle for 32.5 million. Now, at this stage, after looking through multiple sources, it looks like this is the way that Chelsea could potentially set up. Nkunku off the left-hand side, he could obviously play a little bit more central, but I feel like Maresca really wants that wide player on the left-hand side and the right-hand side. So I wonder if Nkunku can hold on to that. If he can, that's great because he normally tends to be a central player. Jackson down the center for now. Palmer on the right-hand side. And this could be the setup for the midfield. Caicedo as the single pivot, then Enzo Fernandez with the ability to move forward with the ball, not having to do as much defensively as previously, and then Conor Gallagher as the engine of that midfield, and then Reece James at right back, Fofana and Colwill as the centre backs. The future of Chelsea, if these guys can stay injury free, I do believe they are better than Badiashile and Disasi. Cucurella as the left back, and then the goalkeeping position we'll have to sort out. We might as well start there as the only transfer in this transfer window for Chelsea. So now sales have been made. Lukaku for 14 million. Sterling I've sold, not necessarily because I think he's terrible or anything like that. I still think he can be a very good squad player, but I do believe Chelsea shouldn't be relying on him. And on top of it, he earns insane amounts of wages. So for me, Sterling, just getting him off the wage bill will help Chelsea fix their financial troubles, because at the moment they're selling hotels to make up for the financial issues at the club, and you know, we don't want that. So we're letting go of Sterling, we're letting go of Kepa. Ziyech joins the likes of Crystal Palace. Maatsen actually joins Aston Villa, which is hilarious. Then we have Broja going away and Lewis Hall as well. Now, the only transfer I will make this season is going to be a goalkeeper. I want that to be a marquee signing, and from that point we tried to build up Chelsea in a more somewhat realistic way rather than just going all in the first transfer window, fully knowing that they do have financial issues to fix. I truly don't believe there are many better goalkeepers for Chelsea to sign than Alvaro Valles. This man has played incredibly for Las Palmas in the second division at first in La Liga. Then he moved up to the top division with them, has shown unbelievable performances there. On top of it, he was great with the ball. I mean, he's in the 99th percentile for touches as a goalkeeper. He's unbelievable. So this would be a no-brainer because he wouldn't be too expensive. I believe his contract is even running out or something like that. And he just is so good. La Liga has some really good goalkeepers with the likes of Mamardashvili and Alvaro Valles lately popping up a lot. But I have just given them Robert Sanchez plus 5 million to make this deal. I truly believe that this man can be the future of Chelsea. He can be that goalkeeper that fits perfectly into what Maresca wants to do. So for that reason, I think we're done for the first season, lads, because Chelsea have a lot of talent, a lot of great talent. It's just about getting the formation and the structure right and having these players on high confidence. And if that is something that Maresca can do, only one transfer could be enough. Halfway through the season, lads, I sadly had to let go of Malo Gusto because he was taking time away from Reece James, and Reece James requested a transfer, so hopefully letting him go will make Reece James okay with staying at the club again. And the same thing goes for Chilwell. He was taking playtime away from Cucurella. Normally, I would not sell any of these two. Specifically, Gusto, I would never sell, but that's just something I'm forced to do in order to keep the actual players I want to have in a starting 11 there. So yeah, normally I wouldn't sell, but sadly I had to. And now at the end of the season, we are looking at a Chelsea side that is finished in the 5th position. That is one better than last time around. So progress after only bringing in one transfer. That's all we have done and basically given this team some structure. City at the top, Chelsea in a 5th position, and we will be attacking the top 4 in the upcoming season. That is for sure. But I do believe we've made the right decisions. We have gone ahead and fixed the financial troubles by letting go of a bunch of players, not spending too much, and making sure that we can go ahead and qualify for Europe again, whilst also managing to hopefully bringing in a bunch of new players in the next season where we are able to spend. So Nicholas Jackson up top, Palma on the right, and Nkunku. This has worked out really well. Gallagher, Caicedo, Fernandes, that is a solid midfield. And then defensively, we're obviously looking at Colwill being unhappy because Disasi has been taking playtime away from him. So that's something that we might have to think about. One of these guys might have to drop in because Colwill hasn't grown as much as I would like him to. That is the ideal partnership in my opinion, but we can't get the best out of it because the game just likes to play whoever it likes to play just based on rating, which kind of sucks. I wish you could actually decide who plays these games, but we are looking at the top scorers. Nkunku with 24 and 8, then we are looking at Palmer with 20 and 6, and then Nicholas Jackson comes in with 11 and 6. Now, seeing those numbers, we can all tell that we do need more goals from our striker. That is not good enough. And Nicholas Jackson could be a great backup. So going into this next season, we'll be making a big decision for that striking position. Someone will come in over Nicholas Jackson to be the main man. But I still appreciate the fact that he has gone up by +4. Just his numbers aren't good enough. The midfielders have done well and all that good stuff. But yeah, we need to step up. And I love the fact that Enzo picked up 11 assists. With him moving into that more offensive potential position, I feel like he could exactly bring out performances like that. Before I actually go out there and bring in a striker, I'm going to start at the back because defense wins you championships, and Jules Koundé has been linked to Chelsea previously what feels like a million times, and even at one point it looked like he actually signed for them. Now Koundé, I'm bringing him in because the centre-back situation needs to be sorted out. If Colwill can't play for us because he's too low rated and the other centre-backs are ones that I personally don't believe in, it makes sense to go after Koundé here. So Koundé is a very good ball-playing centre-back with lots of pace, with lots of ability to move forward, and I feel like he could be a very good solution for a team like Chelsea. Someone that can play centre-back and in the right-back position, and maybe even compete against Reece James or take over his position because the guy gets injured all the time anyway. So having someone like Koundé come in could be a great solution for a team like Chelsea in order to go ahead and really make up for the injury-prone Reece James. Reece James, when he gets injured, Koundé slots in, and then one of the other centre-backs takes over this position. And Koundé has been playing that position many times for Barcelona now, and even for the French national team, I believe. So I feel like this is only the right choice. So Koundé joins us as one of the marquee signings. Disasi plus 62 million or something was the deal. And I'm very happy with this. He was once the one to join Chelsea. It didn't happen. Now he joins. And now might just be the right time. And since we are already on the topic of French players, guess what? The striker is French, and his name is Thuram. Of course, Inter striker and the French national team striker is joining us right now. And the reason why I'm going for him instead of someone like Osimhen and stuff like that is because he can bring in competition, he can take over that position, or he could be a backup. It's going to be a question of whoever wins the battle up top. So Nicholas Jackson, 82 rated, Thuram, 82 rated. I personally am a massive believer in Thuram. I think he is absolutely amazing. I think he's a great player, and in a system that they had at Inter, of course, he really thrived in it with the likes of Lautaro Martinez next to him. But Thuram can be such a physical player. He can be that guy to really be the target man for this team. 6'4" tall, does really well whenever the goalkeeper wants to go long, and that's another thing that Maresca uses a lot. Whenever the goalkeeper pushes up into the defense and they have possession and they spread out as a 4, and one of them in the middle, the right center-back position, gets covered by the goalkeeper actually, that is the position where he actually tends to play a lot of long balls over to the wings, to the striker, to the right winger, to go for the second ball. And that is something that you can do with Thuram all the time. He knows exactly how to handle that position. He's played it at Inter as the target man. They lob the ball up to him. He brings it down, passes it to Martinez, passes it to the likes of Barella. We're arriving in the attack. And that's why I feel like he could be a very, very good solution for this team. I know Osimhen is the obvious one. I feel like that transfer I've already made a million times. So for this rebuild specifically, a cheaper option, but still a very good option, I think Thuram is the one. And of course, we have spent a lot of money on these deals, about 110 million, but we have also let go of a couple of players that have returned from loan. Santos going away for 10. Then we have Angela going away for 10. Hutchinson going away for 5. And obviously trying to drop the wage bill in the same time. So just another thing to update you on. I nearly forgot about the signing that Chelsea already made. Fulham centre-back Adarabioyo is joining us right now. He is the one. Tosin, welcome to the club. Adarabioyo. Interesting name. 17 million I got him for right now. And him coming into this squad, again, just kind of showcases me that there will be some movement in the centre-back market for Chelsea in this summer transfer window. Obviously, Thiago Silva is leaving, so bringing in someone like him makes a lot of sense. But you also have Chalobah and stuff. So, yeah, I wonder what they're going to do with all these centre-backs. I guess one more, apart from Thiago Silva, could potentially leave. Let me know who you think that's going to be. Remember how we finished in the 5th position last season? Well, this time around, we had to play Europa League football because of it. And it worked out well. A European trophy for Chelsea. That is what we have achieved. And lads, think about it. First season, only 1 transfer. Second season, only 2 transfers. And this is exactly what we achieved. AS Monaco got beaten. Before that, it was Anderlecht. Before that, it was Club Brugge. And then, even before that, we stepped up against PSG. And in group stage, we had the likes of Feyenoord, Farul Constanta. I'm assuming that is Romanian. And then Malmö in the group as well. So we have won that, but that's not it. We have won the Premier League. 91 points. That is ridiculous. Now, another thing that I found out about Maresca, by the way, is that he loves to basically stick to the players that he thinks fit best into his formation. And if things don't necessarily go well for him, he doesn't like to really change things up. He likes to work on what he has. And that could be an issue at Chelsea. Because as you guys know, they have tons of players. I feel like they have a squad of 40 players, especially when the loanies come back into the squad. So that's going to be one of the biggest decisions that Chelsea has to make. Who do you keep? Who do you let go? Can you bring the squad size down a little bit so that every single player has a specific role and they are aware of it, and it's not going to cause any issues within the squad if certain players don't play, especially considering some of these players' insane price tags. So another thing to think about as we go through this video, but let's just quickly dive into the ratings, my friends. So Nkunku on a 90, Thuram 85, above Jackson. Seemingly he has won that battle. Palmer on an 89 rating right now. Gallagher 83, Caicedo 86, Enzo 89, Cucurella looking solid. Fofana needs to step up his game, but Koundé Oh, that is big boy stuff right there. And then Reece James up to an 86 and Valles 86 as well. And really good backups. Like, these players are really solid. Colwill, Badishile, and then we have Madueke, Mudryk. If he actually steps up, becomes the Shakhtar Donetsk Mudryk again. He could be very important to this team. So I like the squad that we have built here. Really, really strong. And in terms of stats, I guess we can take a look into it. Cole Palmer, 34-9. That is the type of performance people would love to see from Cole Palmer. Next season, he probably could once again be their top scorer, but if an Nkunku is fit, he can take away some goals, I assume. And then Thuram coming up with 30 goal contributions in his first season for the club. Automatically better than Nicholas Jackson, who I believe had 11 and 6 in his first season. Conor Gallagher stepping up really nicely there for us. The same for Enzo Fernandez, and Cucurella as an inverted left back, getting involved as much as he has here. It shows in the numbers. And that's another thing that I really hope EA do better in the upcoming games. I really hope we get a lot more in terms of tactical ability when we want to set up our teams, specifically in career mode. We need more depth in this game. We have beaten Inter in the Champions League to step up against Real Madrid and get past them too. That is immense. I didn't think we would do that. Up against another Italian team, and it's 5-1, taking Chelsea to the Champions League final. And the question is, have they been able to win the Premier League again? Because if we did, that's a double. And that is the type of level we want to see from Chelsea with all the spending that they have done. Now, Koundé is missing. Okay, Koundé will not be playing in a Champions League final, which means we can actually bring back the likes of Colwill, which works for me. I mean, Koundé is amazing, do not get me wrong. And also this lad could be doing quite well, but I'm going to be playing Colwill because that is the initial centre-back partnership I wanted to play. It's okay. It's not as bad as it looks, but then look at Thuram, 88 rated, Nkunku 92, Palmer 91. You have Gallagher, Caicedo, and Fernandez from 86 to a 90. You have Reece James on an 87. If he stays fit, that would be immense for the team. Cucurella now actually fulfilling his potential, and Alvaro Valles as a playmaking goalkeeper is perfect for this team. And then you have solid backups. Nicholas Jackson has proven many times that he can be a very good player in certain games. If he then turns into a substitution, he can actually come into these games and have a big impact on them. The question is if he's happy with being an impact player for this team. Then you have Mudryk and Madueke, who have been substitutes anyways. Even though Madueke has been getting a lot more play time lately, I was thinking initially maybe I'll move Palmer into the midfield and play Madueke outright, but I decided to go with this to have a lot of strength in that midfield. And then we have really solid players overall. Like, this Chelsea squad doesn't need many things to change. The quality is there. You gotta get the decisions right. And Palmer, 28 and 13, and Nkunku 23 and 10, Thuram 26 goal contributions. This is the Chelsea squad you want to see. Goals all the way through the front three, and then the rest of the team supporting it. And in the Premier League, my friends, we are looking at a side that came second. Okay, did not expect that, but the good thing is we have established Chelsea as one of the top clubs in England already. We have won the Premier League, and now coming in second and getting Champions League final football is enough to me, and I think that would be enough to Chelsea fans as well. So, Rodrigo, player of the month, playing for Liverpool. Interesting. Let's take a look at the Barcelona squad we're going to be facing. Ferran Torres, Lewandowski, Rafinha, Gavi, Pedri, Gundogan. Nothing new. These are all original Barca players. Interesting to see. Let's see if our Chelsea boys can win this. So off we go into this Champions League final. I wonder if we can beat this Barcelona squad, because I'm kind of wondering, why did they make no transfers really for this team? Especially like when they have low rated players, teams like Barcelona bring in players. So I'm wondering, are they like really high rated for some reason? And they didn't see the need to bring in any players. You're seeing this. Cucurella getting involved. Let's go. Thuram. Cucurella with the assist as an inverted fullback. That's exactly what you want to see from a Maresca squad. The fullback gets involved into the middle, uses those channels to get into space that can create chances like this. This is a perfect Maresca example, I would say. Let's go. This rebuild is actually working. Thuram, showing so much strength. Unbelievable stuff from Thuram. I'm loving that. Cucurella instantly bringing us back into attack. I wonder. Oh, yes, he does. Cole Palmer. Look at that. Look at that. This is exceptional stuff. Cole Palmer to make it 2-0. What are you doing? Caicedo, please. Thank you, Caicedo. Lovely tackle. Cole Palmer sending Thuram on a run. Thuram, he can win that battle. Yes, he can. He has the strength and he has the accuracy. This is Drogba-esque. That's what I want to see. A powerful striker that doesn't fear physical contact with defenders, that doesn't fall over the first time he gets barged into. Someone that keeps going. Thuram, this is your Champions League final. You have proven that this was the right transfer. Caicedo, I love that. So much energy in this team, man. It is exceptional to watch. Reece James wins that easy. Cole Palmer looks for him again. Reece James now looking for Cole Palmer. He wins that. We go back into the middle. We score, don't we? We score. It's Thuram again. A hat-trick in the Champions League final. Exceptional football from Chelsea. The quality is there, lads. Look, we all like to make fun of Chelsea as the billion-pound bottle jobs or whatever. But at the end of the day, the quality in these players is there. And they have long-term contracts. Hence why I didn't really change this team too much, because I'm fully aware that these players have to work. This squad has to be the one that actually takes Chelsea to the next level before they can go out and spend big again. And that's why I feel like we made the perfect decisions, lads. Such a good squad, such impressive goals, and such a good striker. Off goes Thuram into the middle. I'm sending him into the middle. Back I go to Cole Palmer. Now I'm looking for Thuram to win that, and he does, bro. Oh my God, Ter Stegen got knocked out. What the hell just happened there? Bro, he just freaking kissed the post with his face. Let's take a look at that again. Ter Stegen, yep, that is Ter Stegen, and he is not enjoying himself. Not at all. I honestly thought that Nkunku would play a much bigger role in this team, but he really hasn't. It's all been Thuram all day long, and it is going to be the end of the game, the whistle being called, and we are done. This is the new Chelsea, the trophy-winning Chelsea again. 3-0 against Barcelona in a final with an incredible squad. The trophy is floating. Impressive stuff. I mean, I gotta say, Chelsea, you might be getting it right with Maresca, but it's gonna come down to how cutthroat they can be with the players that they already have in the squad. You should not be letting go of players like Gallagher, but much more players that are not necessarily in the plans for this squad. Yes, you might have signed them for a lot of money and they're on big wages, but you might have to let them go for the better of Chelsea. And that's what we have done here, guys. Thank you so much for watching this rebuild. I feel like we did a really good job. If you guys have any constructive criticism or anything else in the comments down below, let me know. I'll be reading through it. Take care, guys. Have a nice day and peace.